It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hello.
Hello. We missed you. Thank you for
We
coming back.
really did, though.
Thanks.
And I hope that you have your coffee in hand because we missed the opportunity to grab one.
Yep.
But it is a Thursday, the weekend's around the corner, which means that we've got to provide you with some entertainment highlights. Now, we've touched on one movie,
Yep.
and I'm very excited to get into the second one because this is a bit of a weird one, but one of my favorite people is in it. His name is Robbie Williams, and he is a fantastic UK artist that we've got to celebrate. JP Sebastian's still in the building.
JP Sebastian, who is only previewing today. I do hope to see this though.
I want to see it too.
Because, like you said, weird.
Looks
is a good
very
start.
weird.
And geez, don't. I just spoke about the Bob Dylan movie, A Complete Unknown, and we loved Timothée Chalamet, and that was really slickly well produced and all that kind of stuff. But geez, are we tired of biopics? Do they need a shake-up? Do they need to get a bit weird? Whether it's musical, whether it's... Okay, look, Oppenheimer was great, but whatever. Ooh, I'm rushing off into the forest
Tell
here.
us more about what this is so we
in the
can
trees with the
fill the
monkeys
gaps.
or talking about the wrong movies. Better Man, like you just said, Robbie Williams. This is it's not just a character, it's his story.
Yes.
But obviously its strange conceit is that he is played by a CGI chimpanzee. Robbie Williams himself said in a couple of interviews, like, in the first eight minutes, you're going to be like, what am I watching? Like, why? Why am I putting myself through this? And then he says you're hooked afterwards. And that's the sentiment that a lot of critics are throwing at this. It's getting pretty good reviews.
Wow.
Like New York Times gave it 10 out of 10. LA Times gave it 10 out of 10.
Wow.
Consequence, it's getting huge scores, knocking it out of the park. And all critics are sort of going, why is this good?
I wonder if it's because it's about Robbie Williams. He is so loved. I mean, we've been a fan of him since Take That, going into his solo career. He's given us hits upon hits upon hits, one of the most decorated UK artists of all time.
As South Africans, sure. But like, it's one of these, weirdly, Paramount Pictures bought the rights to distribute this in America. It was like for $40 million or whatever. And then it tanked opening weekend. Because Americans don't necessarily have the same relationship with across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of people going, okay, so who is Robbie Williams to us as Americans?
Wow.
And why is he a monkey? So it's a hard sell. But their critics are going, guys, please watch this. I feel like you probably want to see a bit of it.
I would
Just
love...
a touch, though, because I'm thinking that if you're going to make yourself a monkey, there's going to be a bit of self-deprecating. There's also going to be a little vulnerability, and maybe a lot of it.
Dude does not give a darn about doing over himself. I respect that about Robbie Williams.
That's
He's
it.
always been able to take the mickey.
Let's see.
But from Mickeys to Monkeys, here it is, Better Man, out tomorrow.
This whole film is an impossible dream.
Am I here? Can I be here? Even though I was there when most of this was filmed, I still don't understand how it was done.
That's how he sees himself. He sees himself as a performing monkey.
The film is magic.
I was completely convinced that we could tell this story and get people to invest emotionally if Weta were going to come on board to work on the visual effects.
We usually do stunts and fights, and then we were thrown into dancing apes.
It's really just not how you would shoot a visual effects movie. Usually you try and make it as sterile and controllable in post as possible. And this was not that.
At the one end of the scale, you've got a photorealistic chimpanzee, and at the other end of the scale, you've got Robbie Williams. And where along that scale do we want to land?
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can!
It's truly an honour to be able to play Robbie Williams. I feel like I'm the first person alive that's performed in front of 20,000 people and doing performance capture.
To have Jono playing that role and giving us all that incredible powerhouse performance on set, we were just incredibly fortunate that we had both Jono and Weta.
Wow.
Postponed.
That was absolutely incredible, especially, you know, all the CGI, you know, the motion capture, you know, and while we were watching it, I love the fact that you applauded the people behind the scenes. We don't give them enough love. We don't.
And especially as AI starts to threaten us with complete slop.
Yes.
Everyone stop using AI. It is literally destroying the planet. It's garbage. So the company is Weta Works, and they previously would have done stuff like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Obviously, Planet of the Apes. And so that's like one of the crazy ways that you sort of wonder, geez, you guys chose to make him an ape, so that's a difficult enough chore. And I think that was one of the failings in a way, or not failings, but stuff like Planet of the Apes didn't get the same hype as whether Avengers or whatever, because you're asking people a tough question. It's like, please take our monkey movie seriously.
Right.
And so here they go a bridge further and they go, please take our monkey musical seriously. Bless them. Somehow they pull it off, apparently. So, yeah. Go for it.
But Carl, you were touching on this earlier, which I think is a great point about the significance of a monkey, or at least the symbolism of it, which you've seen in movies like Jordan Peele's Nope as well, where the monkey, what would he use? The show pony? No.
Well, I think if you look at the monkey as a symbol, often a circus, entertain me, let me feed you peanuts, and then make it happen. I think maybe there's a little.
It has to clap and go.
Yes, so maybe there's a little connection between maybe Robbie's career. He's known that people wanted him to be a certain person, but he maybe knew that he was a better man.
Just like a pop, basically.
And he was like, we want the naughty Robbie Williams, the one that strips himself and rock DJ. Like, we want that. And that he had to give people that to create a career.
Rock DJ is a good point, by the way, because if people remember that music video, it went weird real quick. So it's dance, he's ripping off his clothes and it starts ripping off his skin.
Yeah.
So he's always been ready to be weird, and that's fantastic. I wish more pop stars, and thankfully, I suppose we get people like Gaga these days, but like, dudes, just be asymmetric, be strange, it is fine. And respect to Robbie Williams, like, in talking about this, he said, I show you everything about my life except my hemorrhoids. So he's got a great sense of humor about it, but absolutely, yeah, the idea of exploitation, and obviously it's about a story about how do we, even Carissa, be better men to this gross industry that we've made of exploitation. I've been reading a lot about like how the K-pop, for example, makes farms of human beings who get used up, sold, and then like thrown away for the next farming crop. The industry is gross sometimes, but I don't know that that's going to be entirely what this movie's about. Obviously, geez, look at some of these shots. Like, to go to Planet of the Apes again, like, you'll have these beautiful war scenes where the camera's locked off and it's trying to give you that epic gladiator type feel. But you're trying to get the sense here that you're on a concert tour. The camera's running behind you. You know how hard that is to, I don't, to do that with like computer graphics.
Insane.
Rather than just film the monkey still, please. It makes our lives easier. So, they might have pulled off something special. And like I said before, sorry I'm hammering this point, but just as I was saying about music biopics, guys, we need to zhoosh it up.
Add a little spice.
They all know that they're going to crack Oscar noms and all that kind of stuff by just towing the line, connecting the dots, but get a bit weird. Better Man might be the remedy for it.
And weird it is. I'm so here for it. Like I said, I'm a fan of Robbie Williams. I'm in. I'm going to watch it first in line. I'll pay that $2 million to go and watch it, okay, with my popcorn. It's expensive these days.
Yeah, it does feel that way. Do we have another clip of Better Man?
Yes, we do. And I wish I could have shown like other stuff as well.
Please.
Like, why did they choose a monkey? But I really just wanted to focus on the strength of the visual effects. So here's some more about diving into that story about that company that I said. Weta works. Here it is, Better Man. Some more. Wow.
2, 3, 4.
It's sort of blending the skills that we have at Weta into this one character, and then taking it further because we've never done singing.
But when I rock the mic, I rock the mic.
We had to do a lot of motion studies there to sort of work out how you convincingly make all that sound and all that energy and all that breath come out of this CG character. It's not just moving the lips, so much more than that. It's the chest and the breathing and the posture and the strain in the eyes and brows and stuff. All that tells that these songs are emerging out of this character.
Weta Digital and all the artists there, I owe so much to. All of those people came together to make this happen. And that's what makes this so special.
Looking forward to it. 3DM.
I'm excited about that. Okay, it's a preview. You're not giving it popcorn.
No, ma'am.
I'm hoping, though, when you do, it'll get more than 6.
Probably get 9 bananas. We don't know. But sorry, I don't know if I'm doubling up at this point again, but just fun factoid. That scene where you saw them dancing in the street,
yes, please.
That's Regent Street in the UK, owned by the Crown. They had to wait in a queue for permission for that for 1.5 years.
Wow.
Queen decides to die, and then they have to wait like another 5 months. So, and geez, imagine for that poor motion capture performer. Obviously, Robbie Williams is doing the voice and whatever, but that's John O'Davies who's the guy in the suit. You've got 1 million humans around you, and you have to act like an ape and stay locked in kind of thing. So
They better pay him the big bucks.
and maybe the Academy will start considering that motion capture is its own talent.
Absolutely.
It really is.
That needs to be a category.
Andy Serkis, let's talk about that guy. Come on now. That is the motion capture god, honestly.
And they didn't even need to go for him here because it's not playing a monkey, it's Robbie Williams. Didn't need to, like, you know, lick his armpits on anything weird. Man, whatever.
Cool.
I look forward to it. Looks colourful.
All right, Better Man. Better Man out very, very soon. In fact, you said tomorrow, which is going to be great. In fact, just to celebrate the Better Man himself, I feel like we need to have what they call a Robbie Williams palate cleanser.
Oh,
a
I
track
like
that I
that.
know that you love. So let's take a look at this one because I know for a fact that, like everybody, you'd love Angels instead.